Coming up on WFT Midday, the longest U.S. government shutdown is finally over. How the long-awaited reopening is affecting Americans.
Plus, Florida's 16th execution is today. 46 years later, the family receives justice.
Plus, the swamp heat is over. Cool and dry weather are hitting us in north central Florida. WFT Midday starts right now.
You're watching WUFT Midday.
The federal government is open again today. That's after the House passed a stopgap funding bill last night, and the president signed it shortly after. Welcome to WFT Midday. I'm Isis Snow.
And I'm Deslandes. Washington might feel far away for many Americans, but as Amy Kiley reports, the effects are hitting home with direct impact.
The reopening of the government is having real-world impacts on Americans today. More services are becoming available again with the return of furloughed federal employees. They're set to get back pay, and some experts predict an economic rebound.
Even though it gets made up in the measured GDP data, the real human impact is never fully recovered.
For people on Obamacare, the reopening could mean their health insurance costs will more than double. The bill does not guarantee an extension of expiring subsidies. Democrats vow to keep fighting.
Either Republicans finally decide to extend the Affordable Care Act tax credits this year, or the American people will throw Republicans out of their jobs next year.
The House Speaker says he wants program reforms first.
I'm not going to guarantee a vote on ACA unreformed COVID-era subsidies that is just a boondoggle to insurance companies and robs the taxpayer. We got a lot of work to do on that.
It's unclear when flight schedules will return to normal, but SNAP benefits should be available again soon.
Food should not be up for a bargain. Everyone should have the right to eat.
For many programs, the bill provides funding through January. The president is urging Senate Republicans to reduce Democrats' power in the chamber before then.
If we had the filibuster terminated, this would never happen again.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
The cold weather this week may have been a shock to your system. Temperatures plummeting well below what we're used to this time of year. Frost on vehicles in the mornings to chilly nights. WFT Isabella Heupel shows us how some local residents are weathering the freeze. At Depot Park, people are bundling up against the cold. Some people I spoke with say that they moved down to Florida for the warmer weather, but this feels more like winters up north.
The temperature drop shocked Brandon Fritz and Florida Lisa Rubin, who came out to the park to enjoy the water.
The suddenness of it, because I don't think it was like overnight, it just got cold.
Yeah, we just have very hot last few weeks, and now it's cold.
For them, it's been nice to exercise outside with the cooler lows.
I know in the summertime we were biking a lot and it was a little bit too hot in the daytime, so we would bike in the evening at night.
Get cooler one.
But with this weather, we could probably go biking and it'd be comfortable.
Zondi Pinar laced up her running shoes and moved from New Jersey to Florida. The cold is nothing new for her, but she's still bundling up.
I've been wearing long sleeves when I run. Definitely putting on more layers when I walk to class in the morning, things like that. So.
While Zondi layers up, Kendall Longwater and Riley Connors embrace the cooler temperatures.
Honestly, I love it. I think it's really nice. I'm from South Florida, so we don't even get this cold, but I like the break. It's definitely nice.
Yeah, I like to it's nice to be able to go outside and everything and not be sweating so bad and doing that kind of stuff.
Whether you're bundling up or enjoying the cold as is, one thing all of these neighbors have in common is there is no place they'd rather do it than in the Sunshine State.
Residents can still expect cooler lows throughout the rest of the week. In Gainesville, Isabella Heupel, WUFT News.
Sweater weather is officially here and the swamp is feeling the effects. UF forecaster Jadyn Bottini is live in the studio ready to tell us about the unseasonably cold and dry weather we will face this week.
We did see some temperatures in the 20s earlier this week. It got pretty cold out there, but we're beginning to warm up, and we're not only warming up, we're staying dry. We've had sunny skies and not a lot of rain, and because of that, we're looking at our drought monitor here. We can see pretty much a drought across the southeast. We're in the moderate area, but up towards northern Florida, southern Georgia, there's extreme drought conditions, so it's staying dry, and we're not forecasted to see any rain pretty much in the next week. Because of these high pressures we're seeing in our area, this high pressure coming down to the south, south, this one moving eastward towards us, keeping our skies clear, keeping us sunny, keeping that rain out, and keeping us dry because of it. But our lows this morning still got pretty chilly, down to 42 this morning, 40 in Ocala, 46 in the Villages, so significantly warmer than Tuesday and Wednesday, but still pretty cool in our mornings. But getting to pretty comfortable in the afternoon, 76 degrees in Gainesville, 73 in Ocala. Coming up, we're talking about our mild temperatures returning, staying clear and sunny this week, watching that drought as well, and temperatures back into the 80s heading into the weekend.
Close to home, today in Bradford County, Brian Frederick Jennings is scheduled to be executed by lethal injection. He is the 16th person to be executed this year in Florida, with 2 more to follow. But after 46 years and numerous appeals made to the courts, loved ones of the victims say the order is finally being carried out, bringing justice to their family.
An immediate emergency closure of a part of Southwest 24th Avenue is in place after a minor sinkhole opened in the area. The section between Southwest 91st Street and Southwest 87th Way near Publix is sectioned off and drivers are being detoured. You can expect delays and plans for construction. The public border director of Alachua County said the city is working to cover the sinkhole. Please use caution, stay alert, and follow the detour signs when in the area.
Citrus County Fire Rescue is warning residents to not smoke inside after they say a dropped cigarette caused significant damage to an RV. The camper fire sparked up Wednesday morning in Inverness. Firefighters were able to control the flames, but the camper and everything inside were destroyed. Fire crews say, fortunately, the person inside was able to get out safely.
Black bear population control is back in spotlight, and so are environmental groups across Florida. More than 160,000 people applied for just 172 permits in what would be Florida's first bear hunt in nearly a decade. The permits will be rewarded by lottery, and this year conservations flocked to apply for permits they had no intention of using. The last record season was 2015 and ended shortly after it started, when over 300 bears were killed in a span of 2 days.
For one South Florida artist, creativity comes from everywhere, from superheroes to monsters and even just everyday life.
WFT's Victoria Perez gives us an inside look on how his creativity is making an impact outside of the studio.
Signed, sealed, delivered. Brian Reedy was making art.
As soon as I was able to pick up a pencil.
That's the world he grew up in.
Both my parents were artists. You know, my dad, he always encouraged us to be creative.
And creativity can be expressed in unique ways.
So in layman's terms, making a block print is like making your own stamp.
It led him to the art of linoleum printing.
It's something that the minute I saw that, I knew that that was the process for me. I mean, it felt right, and I never looked back.
Now his pieces have earned him a place in the art world. Blocks line the walls of his studio.
Here's a series that I was doing for Greek mythology.
Each featuring intricate designs and pop culture references.
They simply place their order, and I give them the things that they ask for, and I mail it off, and everyone's happy.
He's built a career around exactly that. From Disney to Game of Thrones, his art ventures far beyond the linoleum.
Guys!
When Reedy isn't in his studio,
oh yeah, I love it.
You can find him with his students.
I like being an artist, I like being a professional artist, but I also love being a teacher.
This artist turned teacher's drive to see his students succeed sparks his own creativity.
So when I see that these amazing images that they're producing that's coming from them is something that keeps me very motivated as an artist. In fact, I can't wait to get home and get in the studio.
One of these students is Santi Tejero.
I think everything that he does is I feel like it's always so impactful. I feel like he leaves a mark on everyone he's ever spoken to or interacted with.
That means coworkers too.
And I always tell the kids, and I always tell him, we're really fortunate that he still does this, because I know that financially he doesn't have to do it.
His colleagues say he's talented in making everyone feel accepted.
He does it because he has a real passion for the kids, and he loves working with them.
Vic, were your ears burning a little bit ago? Somebody was saying some nice things about you. Really? Yes.
For every class, you get those 5 minutes that you travel, and he's outside, and everybody's giving him a hug. Everybody's saying hi to him.
Hi, Mr. Reedy. What's up?
Kelly, welcome back.
He's just contagious. His kindness is contagious. It's beautiful.
One thing is for sure. Reedy's greatest masterpiece isn't carving linoleum in his studio. It's made in his class, carving the paths for student success. In Miami, Victoria Perez, WUFT News.
We've been tracking cooler temperatures, but our weather will start to warm up as we head into the weekend. We'll talk all about it coming up next.
You're watching WUFT-TV News.
Welcome back. Solar storms brought colorful northern lights to unexpected places. Officers from Alachua County Police Department captured photos of the rare sight in our Florida skies. Colorful skies are not the only the ordinary thing happening in Florida. UF forecaster Jadyn Bottini is live in the studio to give us Floridians something to look forward to.
Well, we were able to see those beautiful, colorful skies because our skies have been so clear recently, and that's going to continue. But these sunny skies haven't given us a lot of rain, and we're monitoring a drought this week here across north central Florida. We could see down in Ocala, they're seeing dry conditions, moderate here in Gainesville, severe just north of us, and then North Florida into the Panhandle. They're experiencing extreme drought conditions, and it's because of the lack of rain, but our forecast isn't showing any rain for the next 7 days. So we're going to continue to be dry, and we're going to continue to monitor this drought as we're seeing very dry conditions throughout the week, into the weekend, and into next week. It's because of these high pressures we have here. This high pressure system is going to track eastward to our area, along with this one from the north heading our way, keeping our skies clear, keeping that rain out, keeping it sunny, and keeping it dry as well. But right now on campus, it's a beautiful day out there. Temperature at 76 degrees, not even a cloud in the sky. Humidity at 45%. That dew point up to 53 degrees. A couple of days ago, we were seeing dew points in the 20s and 30s. So a little bit more moisture in the air, but still dry without that rain out there. Temperatures right now comfortable in the mid to upper 70s, 76 in Gainesville, 73 in Ocala, 72 in the Villages, and our temperature changed from the past 24 hours, up about 10 degrees in Gainesville, 9 in Ocala. So we are continuing to warm up, and we'll warm up even more heading into the weekend, getting into the 80s. But for this afternoon, staying in the 70s, staying pretty nice out there, 75 in Gainesville, 74 in Ocala, 75 in the Villages as well. And today it's feeling like fall with this nice weather, sunny and nice at 1 p.m., 74 degrees, 4 p.m. up to 75 degrees, beautiful skies and beautiful temperatures, 7 p.m. clear and comfy out there at a nice 65 degrees. So a beautiful day. This is the trend for the week, staying clear, staying dry, and staying comfortable as temps continue to warm up. Low temperatures tomorrow morning, 47 in Gainesville, 48 in Ocala, not like the 20 and 30 lows we saw Tuesday and into Wednesday. We're warming up a little bit, but it's still chilly in the morning, so you still want to grab your jacket on your way out. But our future cast showing that high pressure system coming down to our area. This is what's keeping us clear into the weekend. Those sunny skies, as these winds shift, we get some more onshore flow. That could cause the ability for some moisture to head our way, but we're not going to really see any rain here. Saturday, we're at 79 degrees, clear skies. Sunday, 80 degrees. It's warm and a bit more muggy this weekend, but a beautiful weekend once again, clear and comfortable. For the next 7 days, we could see today high of 75, a low of 47, up to 77 tomorrow. As we head into the weekend, we're up in the 80s, those 80s continuing for our highs throughout next week, lows in the 50s. So a beautiful week ahead, staying clear, staying dry, staying comfortable.
A mum in Pensacola is turning her grief into a force for change. WFT's Bernardo Montas went to Pensacola to meet the woman demanding action from Florida's lawmakers.
Driving makes Crystal Stone nervous.
I've always had really bad anxiety in the car.
But she has to see her son. Stone always takes her daughter River on the drive.
We write him letters sometimes.
Past traffic lights, eyes glued to the road, she turns onto County Road 196.
This intersection needs a light.
To pay her son a visit.
Bradley!
Here, Stone and River stand where Bradley Ellertson died.
I couldn't believe it.
On January 26, 2024, Bradley was in the passenger seat of a car that crashed into a semi-truck.
My husband drove us to the scene, and that's where we were told that he had passed away.
According to the first crash report, Bradley's driver stopped at a stop sign but failed to yield to oncoming traffic when she attempted to cross onto Highway 29.
So I met with her, and we talked, and she told me that she approached the stop sign, and she stopped, and she made a right-hand turn, and then that's when she was hit.
This video recorded by Stone shows what driving to this intersection looks like.
he drove through it.
With every note Stone jotted down, she insisted Florida Highway Patrol investigate again.
They pulled the EDR and the black box from the semi-truck, and they also looked at the fronts of the car and the side of the semi-truck and could easily determine that she had in fact run the stop sign.
Stone asked FHP to drug test Bradley's driver. They declined.
They were saying they didn't have probable cause to do this because, you know, all of these steps in the initial part of the investigation were kind of missed.
FHP Lieutenant Channing Taylor says testing drivers isn't simple.
I can't just walk up to somebody and say, I want to sample your blood at a crash scene. It might make life a little easier for us, but it just can't be done, and it shouldn't be done.
The other passenger with Bradley says she didn't see the driver smoke weed, a vape pen, or consume alcoholic beverages before the crash. Still, Stone says FHP's investigation missed the point.
FHP never got to the why. Why was she distracted?
That's why she started a petition for Bradley's Law. 11,000 people have signed on calling for standardized drug testing in vehicle homicides.
We want to see them very aggressively handling these investigations, looking for their probable cause, not, you know, hey, no probable cause here, write a citation. No, look for your probable cause. There's going to be a reason someone was distracted.
As she fine-tunes her petition, Stone keeps a part of Bradley with her.
I just wear this. It's his fingerprint. I wear it close to my heart. Just thinking about the what ifs.
What ifs like birthdays, high school graduation, and more time with friends.
People loved him. People still love him.
Love shown by the sunglasses, hat, and toy gun decorating his memorial. Ultimately, Stone wants her son to know.
I stood up for him. And then I tried to at least make changes. You know, like his life was just not lost. Like it was important.
A message she honors every day. In Pensacola, Bernardo Montas, WUFT News.
Cue the frenzy. Trader Joe's is selling these canvas micro tote bags with a grocery bag inside for a limited time. The reusable tiny bags are about 4 inches by 3 inches in size and big enough to carry your keys or spare change. The totes are available in 3 colors, blue, green, and red. Fans on social media described using the bags as Christmas ornaments or a fashion accessory. The micro totes cost under $3. Now let's head over to our Noticias partners for a look at today's top stories for our Spanish language audience.
Hola, soy Maja con tus noticias en 90 segundos. Hace 238 años se empezó a producir la moneda del centavo o penny y ayer se retiró en la Casa de la Moneda en Filadelfia. El fin de la moneda fue anunciado por el presidente Donald Trump a mediados de febrero debido al costo de la producción del centavo, alegando que costaba más dinero hacer el centavo que su valor propio. Sin embargo, ya se empezaron a ver problemas con la liquidación del centavo debido a que ahora no se podrá pagar exactamente y el dinero tendrá que ser redondeado al valor más cercano. El cierre del gobierno ha terminado tras 43 días históricos. Esto se produce tras la aprobación de un proyecto de ley el miércoles por la noche, que contó con el voto a favor de 8 demócratas y 214 republicanos. El presidente Trump firmó poco después de que la Cámara de Representantes lo aprobara. Este es el cierre del gobierno más largo de la historia, superando al último cierre durante el primer mandato de Trump, que duró 35 días. El estado de la Florida está a punto de duplicar su récord estatal de ejecuciones. Este año, 15 presos han sido ejecutados y pese al debate público, el gobernador Ron DeSantis ha firmado 2 órdenes de ejecución más, Brian Jennings y Richard Randolph. Jennings, culpable de asesinato, secuestro y agresión sexual a una víctima menor de 11 años, será ejecutado hoy y la ejecución de Randolph se llevará a cabo el 20 de noviembre por cargos de asesinato, robo y agresión sexual con arma mortal. Esas fueron tus noticias en 90 segundos. Gracias por sintonizarnos.
Welcome to your Midday Sports Timeout. I'm Carston Handy. Florida football released their first injury report before their matchup on the road with Ole Miss this weekend. Notable changes on this week's injury report include running backs Treyon Webb and linebacker Grayson Howard being removed. For the first time since Week 3, defensive lineman Caleb Banks is not listed as out. His status was updated to doubtful on yesterday's report. Even with the hopeful addition of Banks, interim head coach Billy Gonzalez still stressed playing complementary football.
whether you're on the road or whether you're at home, you know, we've got to execute. That's the bottom line. No matter where you play, we've got to execute. You know, we got to be able to play again. Like I'll go back to say complimentary football.
For the second time in as many months, the university announced they would be letting a coach go. Scott Strickland announced that Samantha Bowen would not be returning as their head soccer coach. During her 4 years at Florida, Bowen had a record of 18, 34, and 18, including 5 wins, 23 losses, and 12 ties in SEC play. In his statement, Strickland said, "Our priority now is identifying the right person to guide Gator soccer back to championship form." The cool air has arrived, and in the South, that means playoff football is here in North Central Florida. 12 teams from the area qualified for the FHSAA playoffs, and for one Gainesville team, it begins tonight. The Buchholz Bobcats take to the field tonight in their regional quarterfinal matchup with Oviedo at 7 p.m. at Citizens Field. Tomorrow, Santa Fe travels to Calvary Christian at 7, and Eastside takes on South Sumter at 7:30. Other teams in action this week include Chiefland, Williston, Lafayette, and Trenton. Check back at First at 5 for an exclusive interview with Bobcats head coach Mark Whittemore. And that's your Midday Sports Timeout. I'm Carston Handy.
Now let's take a look at what's coming up on First at 5 at Channel 5.
Our reporters tell you the next steps local food banks are taking after people were left without SNAP benefits. Then we're live at a Caribbean restaurant who is fundraising for victims of Hurricane Melissa, how they are giving back. Last, we take you inside the life of a young bowler and his teacher, how their bond grows beyond the sport. All that and more on First at 5.
If you're working early this morning, I hope that you grabbed a jacket. These past few days have been really cold.
Yes, it's been really cold, and you're probably taking that jacket off around lunchtime too. It's getting hot out there too.
That's right, and I know that everyone was a little bit shocked with those colder temperatures earlier in the week, but things are going to begin to warm back up. We can see today's high is 75, nice and comfy, low of 47. Heading into the rest of the week, we get in the upper 70s and then even the 80s into the weekend, and those 80s are going to remain into next week with those lows in the 50s, so things are returning back to what we're used to, more comfortable, and skies are staying clear.
Thanks for joining us on WFT Midday. We're back here tomorrow for another edition.
We'll see you later today for First at 5 on Channel 5. Have a great afternoon.